What's up, Easy Way family? How's everybody doing? Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up the Easy Way. So I am about to go on with one of our Easy Way Wall of Famers. He's the owner of Biz Soup, which is a pretty big podcast. And you guys know that we always help you to get out there and make your message known and do what we're doing. So I'm going to actually introduce you guys to the owner of Biz Soup. What's your name, sir?
John Dippavoy is the host and owner of Business Soup Talk Radio, Biz Soup Podcast.
What is Business Soup Talk Radio, Biz Soup Podcast?
Business Soup is all about surrounding myself with experts in every aspect of business, sharing their tips, tools, and techniques about better business to my audience of small business owners, giving them the opportunity to take action on opportunity.
Well, there you go. You got your elevator pitch down pretty well.
Yes, I've done that a few times. I've got several of them, but Business Soup evolved as a result of my desire to find out how to do business better. When I started a business that I became successful in spite of myself, I decided my biggest obstacle was actually creating the business, learning how to put all the pieces together, because if you don't do it right, there's a government agency that will come in and remind you of what you did wrong.
Really? Okay.
And I had a lot of visits when I was creating this business because I didn't know what the rules were. And if you don't know the rules, ignorance is not acceptable in the eyes of the government.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to stay out of litigation, you have to understand how to work around legislation and regulation.
Well, so do you notice? Do you see my screen there? And what's your name?
John Dippavoy.
John, I just want to make sure they remember that. John, do you see my screen? Do you see where it says BizSoup.com right under you on my phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so then everybody knows that to go to your website, check it out. But you guys, you can always go to easywaywall.com if you want to connect with John. And let me talk a little bit about how me and John ended up meeting. Let me see if I can get you in the background there with let's see where you, there you are. Okay, so me and you. All right, there we go. So let me tell you a little bit about how me and John ended up meeting on Facebook. And do you remember how we met, John, or you want me to you to tell the story or me?
Go right ahead, sir.
So
I like the way you tell the story.
No, thank you, sir. So John, is an influencer, and he was actually we were introduced to each other, right?
Yes.
And who introduced us?
I believe it came through Greg Reed and Frank Shankwitz.
Well, so Gregory and Frank Shankwitz is on the Wall of Fame, and so that's what happens is when you get good people that are just trying to make a difference, they introduce you to other good people that are trying to make a difference. And so when I looked at John's BizSoup.com, I was like, wow, this guy's got a big podcast network, and your podcast network's getting 10,000 a month. Is that correct?
Yes, just under.
And do you have any other shows, or is it just you?
It is just me. We are expanding. I did broadcast radio under the name of Business Soup Talk Radio, and I've been on radio on 2 different programs. I did a Wall Street show and Business Soup for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I come from broadcast, and then I recognized the opportunity of digital and podcasting because there are subjects that you just can't carry an audience on broadcast with. Whereas in podcasting, I can monitor how many people are watching, and I can do rifle shots of advertising at much more affordable rates to the small business audience who is my subject. These are the people that listen to me, and I can get their product in front of the people that they want to do business easier and more affordable than I can through broadcast.
Yeah, of course. It's very powerful to have a podcast, right? Especially with nowadays what's happening. It's a new transition. People that kind of forced to learn how to make money in front of their computer, which is something that we teach you how to do. And you've been doing this for how long, John?
20 years I've been on radio.
20 years. And what type of people, what are three of the biggest people you've had on your network?
Well, not including yourself. Certainly I've had Greg Reed. I've had Steve Forbes in the years past. I've had CEOs of corporations from small cap publicly traded companies, meaning from $1 that I've seen go to $4. I've worked with some of the biggest names in 20 years, from Tony Robbins talking about how to empower yourself to lead into the next your food chain, as I call it, in the business world. I'm also in the agricultural industry. I am a rancher, I'm a farmer, I am a horseman. And my love is helping those people within the food chain, as I call it, understand how technology will empower their services, from cattle ranchers to farmers, rodeo cowboys, as I've been one, and a rodeo announcer.
You gotta get. Definitely got a good radio announcing voice. You mentioned Steve Forbes. About 5 years ago, I was published as one of the top 10 social media influencers in the world with Steve Forbes in that lineup, which was kind of cool. And Greg Reed, definitely a shout out to Greg Reed. In fact, we're actually going to be honoring Greg as a legend at our awards this September. Same thing with Frank Shankwitz is one of our legends, Sharon Lecter, and we'll get into more of it more in the interview. But this is about you, and we have about 18 people watching live right now. So everybody say hi to John, and we're going to get ready to get this interview going. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up here, and you guys can kind of like hang out with us as we're doing this in the studio. And I wanted to go live to kind of show you guys the behind the scenes of, this could be you. Okay, what you're watching right now, this could be you. Like you could all you need to do is set yourself up on the computer, and just connect with people on social media. Just sit there and just connect with people, find people and what they got going on, what they're doing, and just network and do your thing. So let's see, you guys still see me? Let me turn off this light. It might be a little bright in your face. There you go. That's a little better. All right, cool. Now, all right, they got us. They're watching us. Let's go, John. I'm ready when you are.
Well, there's so much, getting back to what you were saying about getting in front of your computer and learning to monetize your presence on the computer. What I'm seeing and what I've learned about the distribution of through technology is that 5G that is coming up is going to do for video that which 4G did for audio. Being able to stream radio and podcast through 4G was a game changer for those of us in broadcasting. But 5G gives you the ability to stream live with no buffering. And it's a fabulous technology that was really created to help those autonomous cars get through intersections without buffering. You can't be driving a driverless car, being a driverless car, if it's buffering as you're going through the intersection, waiting, let's get a good connection. So 5G will give that ability not only to the drivers, but to you and me and anyone who's looking to distribute their video content through the digital world. It's going to be a fabulous deployment of that technology.
You're correct. You're correct, John. And by the way, the hello to all you listeners. Thank you so much for having me on. My name is Eric Zulli, and we create a lot of things for people to have opportunities to make money in front of the computer. As far as the 5G, yes, it's going to be a much faster way to do things on a streaming level without buffering. And I do recommend that if anybody is getting involved with, well, not if, everybody has to get involved with 5G, you make sure that you get 5G protection. So you guys can't really see what I'm holding, but I'm holding some protection necklaces and actually things that you put on your phone. And there's a company that we work with, if you guys are interested, to protect yourself on the radiation, the actual gamma rays that will go into your skin. And because it's a lot more power, it's a lot more you have power. I'll just say power. To power something like this, it's also a lot more harmful when you have your phone on your by your body all the time. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and we have a great way to stay protected to that. So there's a lot of streaming that's going to be happening. There's avatar technology. There's augmented reality. There's the streaming world, John, is going to be the new world. It already is the new world, and it's going to be really how businesses are conducted, just like we're doing right now. Podcasting's been out for a long time, but they're wanting to start powering holograms, and 3D. You're gonna see a lot of 3D stuff and a lot of virtual reality things. I call it the virtual handshake. You're gonna see a ton of virtual handshakes. So I created the virtual handshake the easy way, the digital handshake, and it's literally, people are gonna have to go out of their house anymore at all. Like I've been doing this, to be honest with you, John, before any of this happened. I'm always kind of 5 years ahead of the curve. Like right now, I'm really looking into AI right now. I'm looking into AI, artificial intelligence, bots, ways for you to actually have your sales done for you, and literally have the automation be completely done, and literally replace your staff and that budget that you're paying to be completely done. And you need 5G really to power it. Same thing with streaming technology, and like there's a lot of websites out right now that people don't even know about that's getting ready to revolutionize the event industry. And we are working with a lot of them right now, as well as television. A lot of people, you're going to see them on Roku, Apple, and Amazon, and satellite is going to be taken over in about 18 months. And so 5G is needed to power all that stuff. I mean, you're going to see your cell phone, you're going to put it on a table, and you remember the Iron Man movie, and you get to move the stuff in the air. They already have that technology, but they're going to go more and more towards that to make it simpler and more cost effective for businesses and not have to pay for staffing as much. And the technology is going to be really, really incredible.
Well, what you're describing has been around, but it hasn't driven itself to the marketplace until the pandemic, where people are being now working from a remote location. They're finding out that many of them can do just as good, if not a better job from a remote location. So it's really changing the landscape of the work environment. And now things such as augmented reality and holographic images are now coming into the forefront, because what are you going to do about a virtual trade show? How are you going to get to one?
Yeah.
And so Biz Soup has been working on that virtual trade show as well, because the show must go on.
Well, and we're doing a lot of that right now with the Wall of Fame. Letter E, letter Z, WAY, wall.com. You can actually text easy way, letter E, letter Z, WAY to the number 55678 to learn more. And virtual events is where it's at. I mean, and we've mastered the art of actually lead generation while you're building the event, and we make an average of about $30,000 per event before the event even starts. You're going to see a lot of different like booths ability, like people are going to be buying in space on these virtual situations and all that stuff. And so I have created a community actually that allows people to learn a lot of this stuff and connect with the people that can help them in every aspect of marketing and social media and coaching, speaking, being on stages, business, finance, financial planning. Like all the top level experts in the industry are actually on this wall, and it's our own little social network, our own little social directory.
Well, let's get into my interview. You're on Business Soup Talk Radio, or Business Soup the podcast. I said Business Soup Talk Radio for so many years, it just rolls right off my tongue. But here we have Eric Zuley, who is the creator, the brain behind The Easy Way. What a great brand, and welcome, Eric, to the program Biz Soup.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you for having me. So excited to meet your listeners, and I'm honored to always be able to expand my message in any aspect of things. And I appreciate the wonderful world of technology and social media for connecting us.
Well, and it is an absolute wonderful world. When I got into the technology world, when I didn't even know what I was doing, I was dealing with dial-up connections on phone systems, and it was a conversation by appointment and email and such. Windows 3.1 was the computer that I had that I was just whizzing along on.
Back in the day, wow.
Yeah, back in the day. But we were joking offline about how with a name like Zuley, I'm sure you had a lot of time to think about what you're going to do with your life as being the last one in the room to get your diploma.
Well, Zuley is actually German and Irish, and it actually is somewhat of a famous name. My great uncle was actually the president of World Book Encyclopedia, and there's a lot of things with the Zuley family, and I'm just that guy that played a lot of video games, John. But they're the games that made you smart, not stupid, and they were strategy games, and I really got just expanded and trained my brain into a lot of different situations, and I just love the fact that I have the knowledge now to help a lot of people and guide them. And I'm a man of faith, and I just kind of do what I'm kind of guided to do. So I'm honored to see what happens next, and I'm honored to wake up the next day.
Well, here on Business Soup, everybody knows my 5 points of success, and that's the idea, the plan, the people, the execution, and the solution. I came up with that as a result of what it was I was trying to resolve many, many years ago. You came up with this idea, The Easy Way, which is a great brand utilizing your initials and such. Mm-hmm. When someone hears Easy Way, what is it? What's the message that they should receive when they hear about Eric Zuley and the Easy Way?
Well, thank you for asking that. Yeah, my name's Eric Zuley, and my initials are Easy, and then I do it my way, and I don't care what you have to say. That's kind of where the whole Easy Way things came in, and the Easy Way is a movement. It's really a family. We call it the Easy Way family as far as our tribe, because we have some very incredible people that support one another, and it is a way for you to get out there. It's a very unique way for you to connect to people that help you get out there. It's a way for you to make a difference. It's a way for you to get on stages. It's a way for you to give back. We've raised millions of dollars in charity in the last 15 years, and we've created a social network kind of directory situation that everybody can connect in, called the Easy Way Wall of Fame, letter E, letter Z, W-A-Y, wall.com. You can text Easy Way to the number 55678, letter E, letter Z. You know, and there's some of the top influencers in the world that are on that situation. We do a lot of virtual stages, but you know, we're a movement of faith. You know, my dad was, you know, almost died of cancer, lymphoma cancer. I almost died at age 13, having, you know, gone through a window and my artery being severed. And God saved us. And we kind of feel like we were chosen to help a lot of people and open up a lot of doors. And so we just kind of do what we're told and what we're guided to do.
When you came up with the Easy Way, what was your first thought that you were going to do with that process? You have evolved into these multiple channels, which we'll get into. What was your first thought when you said, you know what, I'm sitting here waiting to get my diploma. I'm going to move forward in my life and create the Easy Way. How did that come about?
Well, it started with not with Easy Way, actually. It started with what you need. And my first idea was what you need to know to succeed your goals. I started a YouTube channel back in the day, probably over 15 years ago. I think 2008 is when we started. And we were just interviewing individuals that are successful and asking them, you know, can you share with us what we need to know to succeed our goals? And that got up to almost 14 million views today. And what happened, to be honest with you, John, is I had a lot of people that, you know, people don't like when you talk about faith and talk about God in Hollywood. People don't like when right. You're doing things better and faster than them and you have gifts, and people get jealous and this and that. And so I had a lot of people try to shut down that YouTube channel. Actually, I had a lot of people try to stop us from what we were doing because we were very successful with very successful events with very large names. And so I had to move it to another brand, actually. And that's where Easy Way came in. But I've always been easy. Since 2008, I started as Easy as an interviewer around Hollywood and interviewing celebrities. And that was like my moniker was Easy. I actually worked with Akon for a long time. I worked with, you know, some of the top people with soap operas like Nicholas Coster and Kate, you know, Kate Linder's still a very good friend of ours from Young and the Restless. And just kind of every different facet of the red carpet we touched. I mean, I was at the Grammys, the Emmys, the everything. In fact, I was asked to be an executive producer of one of the top shows ever right now. It's got like 10 Emmys. It's called the Bay the Series. It's on my IMDb. We represented the director for a while. We've done so many amazing things, but it gets to the point where you want to just kind of create something new, you know. And so that's what I did. And then we moved it to another situation. But the Easy Way is where the publicity came in. The social media company came in, and we just started really getting into the marketing and the promotion side of things. And we just started getting, I mean, we got the most incredible clients. We've worked with Domino's Pizza and Lamborghini Champagne and America's Got Talent and so many, I mean, just not to name drop, but it's really been an incredible journey, John. And now today, it's grown into something I can't even handle myself. You know, if it wasn't for my team, you know, we wouldn't be where we are. It wasn't for the Easy Way family that supports us, that's watching us right there. You know, I got my Easy Way family over there. You got your people listening, and it's all about unity and collaboration now. So we're making some moves, and I love to see what happens next. You know,
this is something as all businesses are. It makes an evolution. What is it about yourself that you would pass on to others that say, you know what, I want to be able to do the things that Eric has done? What are a couple of the tips that you would say to step out of where you're sitting and go forward? What steps did you take that took you to where you are today?
Great question. I mean, one, keep your faith, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets. Keep your faith and trust and believe that you know, he's there, whatever your faith might be. You know, and two is make sure that you surround yourself with the right team and the right people that know what they're doing. Learn from, you are who you hang with, you know, and when you get with that right team, when you get with those right people, what's going to happen is you're going to learn on all the different steps that you're trying to learn that you don't know yet. And the biggest thing is you have to actually create the research and the third-party validation. The more research and third-party validation that you have, the more that you can grow. And nowadays, the more validation, the more credibility you have online, the more you're going to actually grow and you're going to be able to close deals. So one of the biggest things that we try to help clients do is you'll look, if you look up Eric Zuley online, if you look up Easy Way, anything, Easy Way Network, Easy Way Promotions, Easy Way Broadcasting, even Easy Way now, we've confiscated that brand at this point. You're going to see a lot of things come up, but not on Easy Way per se. You're going to see association, brand association, power of association, which is going to help you grow. So the more that you associate and you create a win-win situation for people that you get involved with, the more that you're going to scale and you're going to grow and you're going to build yourself. So do everything that you can to keep records of the content. See, your cell phone isn't really made to call people. I don't know if you guys know that. It's made to capture records and capture moments and capture content. Remember that nowadays it's all about content. Content's king. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the more that you can capture and remember content, if you like, there's a lot of times people will actually say to me, "Oh my God, thank you, you've changed my life." I say, "Oh, hold on, do you mind if I pull my cell phone out? Can you say that again?" And and I capture and I keep records of all that, because that creates a case study, that creates a testimonial that goes on YouTube, but then goes on Google. So when someone researches Eric Zuley or Easy Way Promotions and they see that testimonial, which is recent, you got to keep your content consistent. Consistency is key. So always make sure you're pulling your cell phone out and getting new content at every moment that you can get, because as the world transitions more and more, content's going to be, the crown's going to get brighter and brighter because content's king.
Well, and that crown has a lot of sparkle on it too that I've seen on your website. You have all these celebrities that say, "I'm doing it the easy way."
Yes, sir.
What a great brand. For my audience of small business owners, if they have a product, a service, or an image and they want to project it, what is it that the Easy Way does for them, and with the Wall of Fame and all of that? What can you do for their product or service?
It's very simple answer. We make it a little easier on them, John. It's better to do it the easy way than the hard way. So what we do is we help you from A to Z on pretty much everything, and we do that because we're affiliated with a lot of other affiliates, other people that do a lot of what we do as well as what we don't do. And because you can't do everything yourself, but you can affiliate with everybody that does everything. And so that's kind of what we've done. And so we do everything from building your brand to actually creating the storyboard of your brand, getting your brand right, your image right, making sure that it's with the new age and it's going along with the way the transition is. And once you get that brand exactly right, then we actually take that and we help you to build the foundation, the structure to actually generate leads and actually capture leads and automate that to where it's automatically following up on those leads. We're actually creating a very interesting AI system which will help you to actually do your leads and sales for you completely. Then we connect you to a lot of people. We help you to get connected through the membership, through the network, with people like Sharon Lecter from Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Frank Shankwitz from the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Jeff Hoffman, the founder of Priceline, and Laurel Langmeyer, the financial expert king and queen. I didn't call you king, Laurel. I swear that was queen. I meant queen. And multiple other people that you want to learn from, that you want to connect with. So what we do, John, is we make it a little easier on you to have access to the influencers that you can't necessarily get to through the Wall of Fame. The other thing that we do is marketing. We do a lot of marketing. We have over 38 shows at this point, 4 networks that clients that we're building networks, and about 18 television channels that we can put your commercial on, and we can push you out there. We get about 400,000 a month coming into the network, and we have distribution to probably $500 million through 500 channels and multiple distribution sources. I do a regular show, which we'll have to have you on sometime. I do a regular show every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and I have the biggest and the best to help you relieve your stress. That's what I tell people that come on to the show. And then we do regular streams. You can go to easyway.live. By the way, if I'm talking like the Micro Machines guy and I'm going too fast and they can't keep up, let me know, all right? Because I know I'm a fast talker. But if you go to easyway.live, that's my show, and that's kind of the people that we hang out with and we do our thing with. But we teach you and coach you in every aspect of streaming and podcasting, and how to make money in front of the camera, how to turn your microphone into money. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that I learned to do. I've been doing it for 20 years. And I have some of the biggest people in the industry that are podcasters like yourself that we're connected to, that you can get connected to on the wall. You want to get out there, get with hundreds of people that have podcasts. You want to learn how to actually capture the database so you're converting those leads. Then have a session with me or some of the other people that we deal with. So, virtual events is another big one. I mean, I can show you how to literally create anywhere from 500 to 1,000 leads off of one virtual event within 2 months. And just follow us. Like I said, text Easy Way to 55678, and you'll learn what we do and how we do it.
Well, I'll throw this one in here, and that is all the resources that Eric is talking about is available at my website of Biz Soup. You go to the interview, and all the links, the show notes, and everything in the transcript will be there, and you can reach out to Eric directly right through Biz Soup. Go to Biz Soup, where business comes for business. BIZSOUP. Eric,
I love that branding, by the way, John. Game recognizes game. Biz Soup. It's perfect.
Well, there's so many ingredients that are involved in business, and you have to know which one goes in first. And as we're talking about, as everybody knows, my 5 points, and what you're talking about, what my audience has the opportunity to do is that you are shortening the timeline. You can fail very slowly and just go out of business because nobody knows you exist. But if you get involved with, say, in the Easy Way wall, the Wall of Fame, and the programs, you have multiple subscription programs that allow people to, through their affordability or what it is they're looking to accomplish, they can get from getting the message out to rubbing elbows with the celebrities. Let's talk about that subscription base, which in the business is the golden goose. That's what everybody wants, is to have the subscription base, and that's what my audience wants of small business owners. Let's talk about your subscription base. What is it that I'm looking for, and should I expect from those different levels?
Well, first and foremost, it's free. So if you can't, it's free. If you can't afford free, then you're not for me. You know what I mean? So easywaywall.com, letter E, letter Z, you start free, and then yes, there are upgrades from there. And basically when you go to easywaywall.com and you go under members, you'll see upgrade, and you'll see about 4 different options. So one's $100 a month, another's $350 a month, another's $1,000, another's $2,000. But every time you click on select for each plan, it'll give you a breakdown of actually what you get. But really, John, what we try to do is customize it and cater the solution to the client. We're not about customer service, we're about customer satisfaction. Every one of our customers are very satisfied. They're very, very happy, and it's a cost-effective PR campaign is what it is. It's a cost-effective way to not only get PR and get out there, but actually get positioned on an automated level to capture these leads. I mean, we have ways that we can actually show you to start from the proposal process, to the contract process, to the invoice process, to the welcoming process, the onboarding process, actually creating modules. So I'm telling you, you do it the easy way, and you're gonna.
These are all things that you have done. You created this content by doing it yourself, and now you're sharing it with your audience.
Yeah, no, I'm living proof. I've been doing this for a long time, and honestly, John, the story behind the wall. I work with a lot of clients. I deal with probably 400 something clients. I coach a lot of people, and I just wanted to create a way to keep track myself. And so I created a site. Shout outs to our team that helped us create it to keep track of our current clients. And I had like 20 people on there just to go, hey, here's a little profile, and here do this, and here. And basically, we wanted a way to create an EPK, which stands for electronic press kit, for each and every one of our clients. So when I talk to someone, say if you're a music client, say if you're an artist, you want to get out there. Well, I know people that are at a very, very high levels in music. So if I talk to someone at a very high level of music that can help you, I want a very simple way to where I'm talking to them. I can text them a link. Bam, they know who you are. It's a quick process for people to be able to research and see what's going on. So I created a way to kind of do that. And people liked it so much, they started kind of referring their friends. And it wasn't a private thing per se. It's just I wasn't promoting it. But the next thing I know, more and more people started kind of coming on it and using it, liking it, and we kept upgrading it from there. Then we added stores to it, and the blog situation. We added our television and our radio and our magazines and all these things we started adding to it, and it became this like massive social network, amazing empire that is just helping people and creating a great solution.
When somebody hears the term that a person is a social media influencer, what does that mean?
Well, social media, I mean, to me, an influencer is someone that can call up the president of Sony or somebody that can really make influence, make something happen. Like that you can actually make a phone call. What it means to me is relationship equity, John, is influence is equity. Okay, real influence. Can you call somebody up and get somebody to do something to benefit your client? Same thing is followers. Is if you have a community, if you have a tribe of people that will follow you where you tell them to go, it's just it's leverage is what it is. It's leverage. It's the ability to make things happen with your relationships. And so it's also the stuff that you've done in your resume. If you research somebody, have they been on TV? Have they been on mainstream media? How many people know about them? How much awareness do they really have? And are they legit? Are they validated? Do they have verified badges? Have they been validated by third parties and stuff? That, to me, I look at a lot of different things as far as credits behind the individual that's stating that they're an influencer.
So if I just run out there and say I'm a social media influencer, there's a way to find out, so that if somebody wants to have their product endorsed by somebody that claims to be a social media influencer, there's ways to check that out.
Yeah, of course there's. I mean, you can go on people's IMDb and you can search them on IMDb. If a lot of times if they don't have an IMDb, which stands for Internet Movie Database, it started out to be for television and film, but actually, believe it or not, it's for speakers. It's for getting on carpets, getting on PR situations. It shows legitimate credits that you were on platforms or you're a producer that's behind those platforms. Same thing with Facebook. There's a little blue badge, a little check mark in it that helps to verify you as a celebrity influencer. And the way that started actually was, if you're a celebrity, other people want to be you. They create accounts and they mimic you. Okay, and so social media created a blue badge to verify your actual account. That's where it actually started. Then all heaven broke loose and everybody wanted a verified badge. It was like the thing to have, and it's like a big deal if you're like an instant celebrity if you have a badge. And obviously you can have a lot of followers and stuff like that. And so if you see someone has a verified badge, they're usually there's validation behind that. And me, I have a verified badge on Facebook. We actually give verified badges on the Wall of Fame, and also too, what have you done for others? I mean, you can have a lot of influence, you can have a lot of followers, but God gives you gifts, but what do you do with those gifts? So you get influence. What are you doing with that influence? So I think that's a big factor too, John.
Speaking of influence and paying it forward, as you're implying there, you
Yes,
have
sir.
something called the Easy Way Cares. It is a nonprofit organization. What is it that you care about that you pay it forward, and how? And my hot button or my soft spot are horses and veterans, and I help them because the area of expertise that I have is obviously in the horse arena, and I help veterans personally with the PTSD recovery, and that's what the horses do. That's my soft spot. What's yours?
I love that question. By the way, I'm a horse guy myself. I used to take the kids out in Camp Frazier, and I love horseback riding. It was one of my most. I haven't had a chance to do it lately, obviously, but maybe I can get a digital horse or a virtual horse and do an avatar thing. But veterans is a very big passion of mine. My dad's a veteran. He was military police for 4 years. I'm a veterans kid. We actually have a 160-acre property of land that we're building, kind of a Disneyland for veterans, a self-sustaining community for veterans. Easily Cares, what it is it's an empowerment nonprofit vehicle to empower other nonprofits, to empower other influencers that are trying to make a difference. We empower anything that's trying to make a difference through multimedia. And being that we have a pretty large reach and a pretty decent amount of influence, we're able to do that. We've done it with probably 50 nonprofits thus far. And like I said, we've been able to raise millions of dollars between events and charities and just empowering through media. And I've spoke on many, many, many stages. When I host on stage, John, I'm pretty interesting. You gotta go on YouTube and check out one of my stuff. I dance, I rap, I freestyle, I do some fun stuff. But what I do,
I've been there and watched it. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Which?
Yeah.
I did one. Let me think about a story here. So I did one with Johnny Binoker from Scott Bale's 45 and Single. He was one of our clients, and me and him co-hosted together. We did this really fun routine, and we said, okay, if you guys are digging it, every time John messes up a dance move, you got to donate $100. And so I did the orchestrating of the dance move. I was the choreographer, and so I'd do these dance moves, and he would try to do it, and he wouldn't be able to do it because they're advanced dance moves, but it was really funny watching him do it. And we raised close to like $5,000 in that moment with that idea. You know, you just got to get creative and get the right people that have the heart to help, you know, and then you got the tax write-offs and stuff like that. And so we've done a lot of that actually on stage, and we've done a lot of virtual ways of raising funding too, through text message opt-ins and text message donations, as well as a lot of different you know, ideas of crowdfunding and things like that. We actually work with an organization called Fundle, where you actually have fun while dueling on a particular subject, which is kind of cool. You know, so we have like one school will duel against another school on a particular topic, or, you know, you do like a viral video versus another viral video. And it's actually a really clever way to raise funding. And so we've had a lot of fun. Not only have we raised fund, we've had fun while raising funds.
Well, I invite you out to my bull riding events there. You know, it's only 8 seconds, Eric.
Oh, I'll get on a digital bull, John. I'll do it virtually. I don't know about a real bull. I gotta stay alive so I can keep making a difference.
Well, that's what I told my mother. You know, I wanted to be a professional, and it's only 8 seconds, Mom. What could go wrong? And I spent 10 years proving her right.
I give you props, man. I give you a lot of respect on that one, because I mean, all it takes is one moment of falling off that bull and get your head stomped, or if you hit the horn or something. And that's I can't do that one. I'll do it virtually, but I won't do it physically.
Well, us rodeo cowboys, we say it's not the bulls that kill you, it's the girls.
Woo! There you go.
Eric, I want to thank you for being on this serving of Business Soup. Eric Zuley, if you want to do things the right way, well, there's the wrong way, the right way, and
the easy way. I love it.
Eric Zuley, check out Biz Soup, where you find everything, all the tips, tools, and techniques of better business. And there you'll find the links to Eric's websites. Get on the wall of fame there. Get on that wall. It's free. Check it out. Go through Biz Soup, where business comes for business. Eric, thanks for being on Business Soup.
Thank you so much for having me, John. God bless.
All right, recording is paused. Thanks, boy. You have done this a time or two.
Yeah, I've done probably about 1,200 interviews. All right, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for. So we got some comments here, John. Tom Chester. Like the protection. All right, hey, so these are some of my fans that are on here commenting with us, John. So Tom Chester is actually one of our media partners, one of our media affiliates. He's actually an amazing influencer, and he actually writes and works very, very closely with Business Innovators Magazine and Trendsetters Magazine, things like that. He does very, very high level blogging and PR, and we work very closely with him on the Wall of Fame. Then we have a Facebook user. I don't know who you are, Facebook user. They say good morning, Eduardo. Hey, hello, how you doing? Don Reese, how you doing? Good morning. And so many other people. I can't mention everybody, but guys, thanks so much for tuning in with me and John. Hopefully you enjoyed this awesome little Wake Up the Easy Way live session here. Check out John and Biz Soup. Go to BizSoup.com. He's also on the Easy Way Wall of Fame. So just look up Biz Soup or John and connect with him, link up with them. And we are giving something away, John. We actually are doing something for our Easy Way family. Again, let me remind you guys, 10,000 people a month is what their podcast hits. And we're going to give a special opportunity to one of our people that have tuned in that share this broadcast, okay, that start a watch party that helps to promote this. One person, me and John are going to select to get on the podcast, actually. And it's not easy, by the way. You gotta sign up like a year in advance. But John personally said that he's going to help me out and my Easy Way family and put you guys ahead of the line to get on to Biz Soup. It's a good thing to have on your resume. Good thing to come up on Google. You guys are pretty ranked on Google, I'm assuming, John?
Yes.
So there you go. So great vehicle to be on. So guys, we are going to do that little giveaway. So definitely connect with John on the Wall of Fame. We'll announce it on the Wall of Fame who wins. We'll support you on the Wall of Fame. We'll promote you on the Wall of Fame. And we'll have a lot of fun blowing you up, making you a star on the Wall of Fame, whoever wins that particular contest. So John, again, thank you so much. And I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Press the start watch party button, the share button to win that contest. Talk to you guys soon.